Just come to Ankara, yeah!
Also, I see like Indonesian people don't eat much when they do breakfasting. It's something good, a good habit in my opinion. And Indonesian people do their breakfast fasting wherever they are. Like in Turkey, for example, when the time gets closer to iftar, people rush to their home. They don't want to eat something outside, or they don't want to be late. So it's become a tradition in Turkey, or something very strict, like you have to be at home and you have to eat at home when the breakfasting time comes. But in Indonesian people are more relaxed in those terms. Like, so for example, I went out of office, I'm going home, I find something on the street and I heard the azan, okay, I eat there, then I pray, then after that, if I want to eat more, so I eat at home or somewhere else. So they are more relaxed. It's also something good in my opinion, a good habit. Yeah, so in summary, this kind of stuff. But my favorite is the ngabuburit one, searching for food when the time comes closer to iftar. Yeah, that's my favorite actually.
Just come to Ankara, yeah!
Turkey, a transcontinental country located mainly in Western Asia and a small portion in Southeast Europe, is a unique country and rich with its culture. Not only famous through Cappadocia, but Turkey also appealing in religious aspect. At least that was Mustofa Kursuns felt about his home country. Mustofa Kursuns was born on June 13, 1991. He was born and raised in Düzce, Turkey. Despite the decent Islamic environment he grew up in, yet he still feels it was not easy for him to do ibadah. Not as easy as when he is in Indonesia.
In Turkey, the tradition is like when a child is young, he has some options. The first one, of course, from the family, he or she will learn first. And the second one, the child can go to mosques in every summer, because in Turkey the Directorate of Religious Affairs open summer courses, summer Islamic courses for students, because students only do holiday in summer in Turkey. So they have a kind of more or less 3 months of holiday. So they, if the parent and the child, of course, wants that, they go to mosque for learning how to read Quran, how to recite Quran, and all other things about the religion. Other than that, we have religion classes at schools.
This 32-year-old man admitted, even though 98% of Turkish people are Muslims, however, Turkish Muslims don't have the freedom to do Islamic practices due to the secularism that Turkey believes.
The benefits in terms of living the religion in Indonesia is like, I mean, you are free. When you say like to, for example, at office, you go to pray during work hours. It's something very normal in Indonesia. In Turkey also, it's not that problem, but some people will not like that. So when you have a responsibility and you leave it and go for prayer, people will think like, do your job first. So that's kind of the culture of secularism actually. So just like I mentioned before, because of the system of the government.
Turkey is indeed applying the separation of religion from political, economic, social, and cultural aspects of life. Moreover, religious attributes are forbidden in governmental areas and the majority of public spaces. That's why Turkey doesn't have many mosques compared to Indonesia.
If we talk about the number of mosques and prayer rooms and etc., yeah, Indonesia is far more, the number is far more higher than Turkey, because Turkish people kind of like more clean and structured buildings. Like if they want to make a mosque, they make a big one. But in Indonesia, in all neighborhood, in all small street, so you can find some small masjid, musola, and that kind of stuff. It's not that possible in Turkey. This is a kind of difference of mindset, in my opinion. And of course, just like in Indonesia, there are a lot of sects and a lot of different groups of Muslims. Yeah, this is kind of similar in Turkey also. So you can find a lot of different, we call it from the Arabic word, jama'ah. So you can count a lot of different groups in Turkey and in Indonesia also. But Indonesia again is higher in number of groups of Muslims because the population is bigger than Turkey too. Turkey has a kind of, I think nowadays 80 million or more, but Indonesia's population is more than 250 million. So it's kind of normal, I think, to have a broad variety of groups and different kind of mindsets. I met some of them, some was surprising for me, but some was normal, just like I experienced in my country. So yeah, in summary, I can just tell these three differences, I think.
Turkey also has regulations toward an imam for each mosque. Mosque's imam needs to graduate from Turkish certified schools. On top of that, Turkey has only one exactly the same lecture, which talks about how Islam is in Turkey.
Sometimes there are some mosques, especially in the Banten area, in my wife's place, they don't do khutbah. Like they don't explain or teach anything, but they just read some dua. It's something not that common in Turkey. In Turkey, they have a standard in all mosques because all mosques are controlled by the governmental organization. So they send a text to all imams in all mosques in all of the Turkey, and they read the same text. So that's a difference. Here, and also here the difference is imam and khatib always change. Like 1 week, one person, and the other week another person. In Turkey, it's not that common also, because all mosques have one imam and one muezzin, and mostly they do the Friday prayers. If they do not invite other imams and preachers from other places, so that was also different in Indonesia.
That's how the Turkish government regulates the religious practices of the Turkish people. As a Muslim, Mustafa, who was born as a twin, became so immersed in the curiosity of his own religion. He was engrossed in the idea of how Muslims in other majority Muslim countries practice their Islam. Afterward, Mustafa started to look for information on other Muslim majority countries, including Indonesia.
I know that there is a country called Indonesia. Most of Turkish people actually heard Indonesia for the first time after the tsunami incident in Aceh in 2004, as I remember. Many relatively old people in Turkey know Indonesian people from Hajj. So they go to Mecca and Medina and they meet a lot of Indonesian people because Indonesia has the most Muslim populated country in the world. So they know the name of Indonesia through those people who also do their pilgrimage in Mecca and Medina.
Turn our faith perceived its way, he not only got new knowledge about Islam from the other side of the world, but Mustafa, who is the first son in the Kursun family, also found the love of his life. A woman from Pandeglang, West Java, Dea Audia Santi. Despite only communicating through social media, but Mustafa felt certain that Dea would be his wife. When he had enough money, finally in the year of 2013, Mustafa visited Indonesia for the very first time.
The first time I came to Indonesia was in about 10 years ago from now. It was 2013, right after I graduated from university. At the time, the purpose was to actually only to meet my future wife. She was not my wife at that time, but we were planning to get married. We only knew each other on social media, so I just decided to, when I prepared everything, my money, my ticket, and after graduating my university, I decided to come here and see her and her family directly. So it was the first time I came to Indonesia, 2013, long time ago.
Nevertheless, Mustofa Kursuns had an impressive core memory of his first visit to Indonesia.
Actually, no, I was not that confused, but the first day I came to Indonesia was the first day of Idul Fitri. Yeah, I came here and directly my wife and family took me from the, picked me up in the airport, and we directly went to Pandeglang because all the family gathered there. They prepared some food, and you know how you celebrate Idul Fitri here. So it was a very good experience for me also because I saw all the family together at one time, and I saw all the traditional food they prepare, and I saw how actually they celebrate the Idul Fitri also and other special days in Islam. Like they also go to ziarah, you call, to the graveyards and do some prayers there, and they visit families. It's very similar in Turkey also.
Mustofa Kursuns, saya nikahkan dan kawinkan untuk pernikahan saya bernama Dea Audia Santi kepada engkau dengan mas kawin $100 dibayar tunai.
Lima saya nikahkan karunia Dea Audia Santi dia dibutuhkan penuh dengan mas kawin tersebut dibayar tunai.
Ya, sokeh saksi ya. Saya raya alhamdulillah.
Like a match from heaven, Mustafa and Dea finally got married in 2014. However, this Turkish man did not stay in Indonesia right away. After 5 years of his marriage life, Mustafa and his wife decided to come back and stay in Indonesia.
In 2014, we are going to Turkey and living in Ankara for 2.5 years. Then after that, we decided to go to Indonesia because Turkey economy going so really bad. So Mustafa decided to find some job in Indonesia. Then in 2016, we going to Indonesia and start our life here.
This 32-year-old man admitted he is so comfortable staying in Indonesia, especially in terms of Islamic practices.
you're on the road and you have to pray, so you find a mosque, just like I said before, because in Indonesia there are a lot of mosques, and small ones, big ones, which is different than Turkey. Just like I mentioned before, Turkish people like more advanced stuff, like the mosque must be very complete and very beautiful, so that's why they can't build everywhere they want also. Yeah, that's something actually benefit for me.
It has been 5 years since Mustafa left Turkey. He has now already adapted to Indonesian traditions, not to forget the Ramadan traditions.
Also, I see like Indonesian people don't eat much when they do breakfasting. It's something good, a good habit in my opinion. And Indonesian people do their breakfast fasting wherever they are. Like in Turkey, for example, when the time gets closer to iftar, people rush to their home. They don't want to eat something outside, or they don't want to be late. So it's become a tradition in Turkey, or something very strict. Like you have to be at home and you have to eat at home when the breakfasting time comes. But in Indonesian people are more relaxed in those terms. Like, so for example, I went out of office, I'm going home, I find something on the street and I heard the azan, okay, I eat there, then I pray, then after that, if I want to eat more, so I eat at home or somewhere else. So they are more relaxed. It's also something good in my opinion, a good habit. Yeah, so in summary, this kind of stuff, but my favorite is the ngabuburit one, searching for food when the time comes closer to iftar. Yeah, that's my favorite actually.
اللهم اتمنا من طعم الجنة واسقنا بشراب الكوثر وزوجنا بحور العين واسقنا بجبال رسولك واكرمنا ببيت جمالك يا ارحم الراحمين صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين امين.
Not to forget, there are so many food varieties during the holy months of Ramadan.
Mustafa can adapt to new food and new culture so easily. For example, in Turkey, they like sweet food more than salty and spicy. But in Indonesia, they like more spicy and salty. In my hometown, for takjil, we like eating gorengan. But Mustafa, first, it's strange for him eating like something like oily and salty like gorengan. But after sometimes he enjoy, and after that he always asking, where is gorengan? Where is gorengan? So I always buy gorengan sometimes for our iftar, we call.
Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin.
Despite the differences in Mazhab between Indonesia and Turkey, which Indonesia believes in Hanafi Mazhab and Turkey believes in Shafi'i Mazhab, thought Mustafa did not find any difficulty to do Islamic practices.
In Hanafi, in my Mazhab, the wudu of woman is not disturbed when she touches a man. But in your Mazhab, in Shafi, it's disturbed. He has to take wudu again, yeah, take ablution again. So this is a very simple difference, actually. But because I'm married to an Indonesian, so within time we tried to find these differences, but it didn't disturb us at all. Everything was normal in our marriage life. But sometimes she felt like probably, oh, this is very different. Why do you do that? And sometimes I also felt strange when she does something that I never seen in my country. So that was the only, it's not a problem, but it's just a nuance maybe between us. But anything else than that, I think it's pretty dominantly based on the culture, not actually the Mazhab, in my opinion.
However, he found something he had never experienced in Turkey and happened in Indonesia due to the Mazhab differences.
Here you have Majlis Talim, right? Every Thursday, for example, I remember in my wife's hometown in Pandeglang, every Thursday they gather, they use microphone and they sing some Islamic songs, and sometimes they ngaji juga ya in bahasa Indonesia. They read Quran also. It is something you cannot see in Turkey. So women are mostly silent in practicing their religion.
Likewise, during Al-Fitr, Turkish women are only allowed to do Salah Eid at their houses.
When we were in Turkey and we were preparing to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, at the morning of the day, my wife prepared for going to masjid, the mosque, but my mother warned her, like she said, there we don't go to mosque in Turkey, so we will pray at home. So it was a different experience for my wife. So yeah, in summary, just like I said before,
As a Muslim since he was born, Mustafa, who is the father of one child, has his perspective on the existence of Islamic Mazhab.
so how a Muslim should be honest, should talk nice. I say talk nice because I see a lot of Muslim people talk like they like gossiping about people, they like talking bad about people, so that's something that a Muslim shouldn't do actually. The first thing to solve in today's Islam world is this, in my opinion.
Mustafa hopes both Indonesia and Turkey will always be a peaceful Muslim majority countries, yet continue to respect other Muslims no matter where they are originally from.
There is already a good culture of Islam in Indonesia. My first message is just continue doing the good things. But when you leave your religion, please take care about the rights of other peoples too. So try not to disturb them as far as you can. And in both my country and in Indonesia, I also want to say, like, don't, of course we have culture also, but don't think like your cultural stuff are actually what Islam asks from us. So this is different. We have to study more, we have to learn more, we have to understand actually what's the true Islam and what's actually a culture for us.
In Mustofa Kursuns' humble opinion, Indonesia is a pleasant home for him to live and do ibadah all the time for the rest of his life.